So, I'm the eldest child of my parents, Alfred and Elizabeth. Well, I studied in St. Jude Catholic School. So, yung life ko nung bata is uh, bahay, school bus, school, and then school bus ulit bahay. I wasn't really a model student when I was in St. Jude. Parang trying to live by lang. So, when I went to De La Salle University uh, with a course on applied corporate management, it's a very cutthroat course kasi. Like, in our batch, kailangan, pagalingan ka. So, you have to be number one. So, I opted to lie low when it comes to sports. And I joined organizations. I was actually exposed then with LaSalle in terms of outreach. So, of course, since we are a professional organization, we would do outreach activities. It's kind of like a requirement then for accreditation purposes. So, I was able to go to Gawad Kalinga communities, build houses, tutoring. We would also hold parties with cancer patients that are kids. So I guess that's what kind of exposed me in a way with the giving back portion. Also, my parents kasi, my dad especially, he's a batch president of St. Jude Catholic School, yung batch 80 niya. So as president, every year, they need to do also outreach. So I guess seeing that part also, and then my mom, every time there's like calamities or every time it's almost Christmas, she would ask us to check our cabinets if we have extra clothes that are still nice, so we can donate them. Seeing my parents giving back, and at the same time having that push also from De La Salle, it made me I guess care more towards others that didn't really have the same opportunities and benefits as I did while growing up. Right after college, I started working and as a management trainee, and given that I was a management trainee, we were paid really well. So, syempre, given that I was earning a lot, I was enjoying that kind of lifestyle. I was basically earning a lot, but also spending a lot. Then there came a point na I would just see, like kids that are knocking on the cars. Parang they're asking for parang pagkain lang. And then yung mga iba, they would wash your windows with soap. Tapos they'll put up your yung wiper ba yun? They'll put up your wiper. Tapos pag hindi mo sila binigyan ng even a single peso, they would actually not put down your wiper. So that moment, it actually happened to me. I thought that I was safe, comfortable in my own bubble. That's when I realized na, okay, the more I make money, the more I build, I guess, walls around me, the more vulnerable I am. So, I'm not building a safe environment for me. Kasi ang layo na eh. There's a gap, there's really a huge gap between the rich and the poor. And I realized na I need to do something to kind of close in that gap. So, at that time, I wasn't aware pa na there are initiatives on that. All I knew before was that Gawad Kalinga provides houses for the poor. And then, some companies, corporations, they do CSR. So, they donate X amount of pesos for a GK village. And I never really heard of the term social entrepreneurship. During that time, when I was still, corporate, I guess I had an early quarter life crisis. I was 23 at that time. Sabi ko, because I prayed also, like I wanted to see I wanted to have clarity because, yes, I'm earning a lot of money, I'm stressed, I'm spending a lot of money, but then, to what end, diba? I don't see myself doing that for as long as I live. Maybe this is something that I can explore. So I went online, Google, and I saw that there is social entrepreneurship. Then it led me to Gawad Kalinga. So Gawad Kalinga, at that time, around 2013, they're already working on social entrepreneurship kasi they have more than 3,000 communities na all over the Philippines. So even if you build houses for these people, if you don't provide them employment opportunities, they might go back to being NPA, to being contract for hire. So it makes sense to come up with social enterprises or businesses to empower these people. So that part about social entrepreneurship, it sent a strong message to me that said, maybe I can explore this. So before, when I was working for the multinational company, I would actually spend like 350 pesos for one meal, no? And when I went to GK and when I lived with the community for 2 years, I realized na that amount is actually very huge na for them. Imagine before the people in the community there, before Gawad Kalinga stepped in, they were earning 200 pesos a week. And may family sila. So what would they feed their family? I came to realize, I just spent 350 in one meal. Parang ang layo, sayang yung pera. So I really valued, I really learned how to value money by being with the community because I saw how simple they're living. I guess it made me change my perspective on how I spend money as well. And I've learned that through being with the community, through living with them. It's difficult to be a social entrepreneur. It has a lot of challenges. I remember one of our social enterprise friends, they would say, if you paint a picture of a social enterprise or a social entrepreneur, para siyang swan swimming on the lake, for example. So you see at first, it's glamorous, it's elegant, diba, swan? Pero what you don't see or what people don't see is how hard they're paddling. And that's the struggles of the social entrepreneurs. If you're gonna work with a community, it takes a while to gain their trust because they're used to being left behind. Like people that do CSR, usually parang, okay, let's donate to them one time, big time, or let's have a party one time, big time. Then after, they leave na. You have to really bootstrap your way to make things happen for the community because that's why you also put up your social enterprise. So I left GK as a full-time worker in 2016 to start my own social enterprise, which is called Carabella Dairy. So it's an ice cream company wherein we partner with Carabao farmers and the Philippine Carabao Center to make nutritious, more natural kind of ice cream and dairy products. Of course, I did my research, parang I did a thesis, kind of like a business plan on it before I officially launched it in 2016. And I saw that there's a big opportunity in terms of growing the dairy industry in the Philippines. Another opportunity that I saw was the dairy market in the Philippines is full of filled milk. So filled milk means it's a kind of milk wherein you take out the expensive part, which is the cream and the real milk, and you fill it up with other substitutes. And of those substitutes, mostly used are vegetable oil. And me, when I learned about this, I felt like I was being fooled by consuming these products. Because I remember my mom would always pester me before na, "Oh, Erika, naubos mo na yung gatas mo. Did you drink your milk already? You need milk to grow strong, to get stronger, to build strong bones, etc." But then, if the milk that I'm consuming is filled with vegetable oil, then where's the nutrition there, diba? So, I said, okay, if I'm making a dairy product, I need to ensure that I use real ingredients and natural ingredients, because at the end of the day, we want the next generation to be healthy, to be healthier, to be able to make wiser decisions, and eventually be, leaders of our country. So those are the opportunities that I saw, and then that's how I started Carabella Dairy. So while working on Carabella, I'm also part of another social enterprise called Plush and Play. So Plush and Play is a Filipino toy brand wherein we work with the mothers of the community in Angat, Bulacan. So these are the wives of farmers, and basically we are using their skills. We partnered with them, and we created the first ever line of proudly Filipino plush toys. If I can describe my SE journey, I think it's enlightening. Enlightening in a sense that I was able to learn what the community needs. It wasn't as if, because usually if we do outreach, we have assumptions now of what they need. But when you work with them, when you live with them, it's not. It's totally different. They have different asks, they have different needs compared to what we perceive we know. So it's enlightening in that aspect. It's also enlightening personally because again, I felt free. I've learned so much about the world that's out of my comfort zone, and again, if born into a different family, my life would be totally different also. So it all boils down to opportunities and chances given, because at the end of the day, people are all equal. If I'm given a chance to give up being a social entrepreneur, or to give up, helping companies that are doing sustainable work, I think I won't be able to do it because it's already innate. I'm always excited to learn about different initiatives that help solve world problems. And whenever there are stories or initiatives like that, even if it's not my work or my job, I try to connect them with people that I know to, help their mission as well. Now I can fully say I know what the real world is like, because being in BGC, for example, or in Makati is not the real world. Most of our kababayans belong to social class CDE, and being with them is truly the definition of seeing and experiencing the real world. And I'm very blessed and fortunate that I was able to see the world through their eyes as well.